to other countries for just holidays. Okay. And I don't have any special goal of learning English.
Yeah, you know, I don't know Mr. Kianush if I don't know his major. I mean, Mr. Mr. Kianush's major, but you know,
it's earthquake engineering, the branches of civil engineering.
Yeah, you know, let me tell you a truth about English students. A lot of English students that are studying at university or even they have graduated. They can't speak English at all. In fact, they don't know. Yeah, they can't. They don't know English at all. Just they have a degree in English, and it's so good that you can, both of you, English language, and it's so well. So good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
For your saying. Guys, tonight's topic is about patience. We are talking about patience. Okay. How can you increase your? Let me first this question: are you a patient person? You consider
me or
yourself?
Mr.
You, Mr. Wali, you go first.
Yeah, I consider myself patient, and during the years, I practice a lot to be patient because I think one of the most important skills is being patient. Being patient is useful not for you, but also for others. You know, and it's a good factor for getting a good relationship with others, with your family. And if you don't be patient, a patient
if you lose
person,
your temper,
yes, if you lose your patience, you will get stress, and stress is harmful for safety and for your even it affects your body.
It's bad. Yeah, it has a bad effect.
Yes.
Well, Mr. Wali, scientists says that we have two kinds of stress. For example, we have a stress for exam.
Yes.
This kind of stress is good for our brain because it makes some cells die and some other cells I don't know how to say to produce some new cells, but there are some other stress which they are so deep and they will affect your unconscious level of mind. You are not a good stress.
Yes, exactly. That's true. I think somehow and a little stress is good and it's natural, but being more getting more stress is not good. And some people who are stressed every time, they cannot make good decisions, and they cannot have good relationship with others.
Yeah,
and I think it affects their healthy too.
Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. What do you think, Mr. Mehdi?
About what? Stress, or about being patient, or?
Yeah, let me ask the first question. Are you patient?
As Mr. Wali said, to some extent I consider myself a patient person, but I think it's something that other people should judge me, should tell me I am a patient person or not. But as I mentioned here, I consider myself as a patient person. However, I didn't used to be a patient person many years ago, but now, yeah, I consider myself as a patient person because I believe not only in this way I can achieve my goals and also make a better relationship with other people and as Mr. Wali mentioned, I think in this way I think I can be healthier compared with time when, for example, someone be impatient. So yeah.
So how did you change yourself? How could you?
You know, I think if I want to answer your question, I would say, you know, being patient or impatient to some extent backs to your genetic, okay, to our
Yeah.
genetic, yeah. And
Yeah.
however, I think some non-genetic can affect our patient too. Uh, you know, I started accepting some issues. You know, for example, when I wanted to get angry, okay, I try to think about logically and, for example, accept that situation and accept some people, for example, behave in that way, and I can't do anything for changing their temper, their mind. So and also about learning, for example, about other issues, for example, learning, you know, I think it's an unwritten rule. We should accept situation, occasions, okay, and
Yeah.
right occasions, and we should accept, we should achieve, yeah, we should accept that we can't change, for example, any occasions or other people's mind. And in this way, however, I think it doesn't mean that I'm a patient competitive to some extent. Okay, some situation maybe I lose my temper. Okay, I would be impatient. But generally speaking, I think I'm a patient person, especially when I want to achieve my goal. Okay, and in
Yeah.
that way, I'm patient. I'm a patient person.
Yeah. Very nice. Actually, I myself, I'm a patient person, and I used to be more patient in all time. But nowadays, I don't know. I'm trying to make myself better because I got used to to rush for things for anything, but it's not good. It has lots of stress with it, which even it will affect the things you do during the day. It will affect the way you interact with people. So I'm working on myself. I'm going to handle it. I'm going to control it, and I'm going to improve myself.
That's a
So
Okay.
good decision.
yeah, do you think you are getting more patient or impatient as you get older?
Who?
Yeah. Me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay. Okay. As time goes on, I think um, I I'm getting more patient, and because I practiced a lot to be more patient. As you know, as scientists says, there are two kinds of factors affects on patients. One is related to heredity, and other is learn factors. I try to learn and I try to get some skills to cope with stress and be more patient. One of them is planning the things. When you plan and do and write whatever you want to do during a day, you can be more patient. Because you just look on the paper and a piece of paper, and you can do whatever you write it. And when you do it, there is not any reasons to be stressed, and you can be patient. Or for example, when you go out for shopping, if you if you wrote whatever you want to buy, you can even you can plan where, for example, you can park your car and where you can shop. And if you do it, you can be patient during the day during the time you are out for shopping, and you can shop easily and come back. But when you don't have any plan, you will be impatient, for example, in traffic, and you don't want where you park your car, and in this situation, I think you will be impatient. Or, for
How
example,
about this? Let me ask another question. What if you make a plan for your day, so
yeah,
and you cannot achieve the whole your plan? How would be your
yeah.
reaction? Would you get
Mm,
stressed? Would you be
no,
impatient?
no, I think because I do my I do my best, and if I can't achieve my goals, it's not important. Tomorrow is another day, and the day after day I can try, but there are not any reasons to be impatient, you know. So I think I tried hard to be patient. Or, for example, you know, sometimes I think it was about 3 years ago, as I was driving that time, somebody was in front of me, and he parked in the middle of road, and I couldn't pass him. And at that time I got impatient, and I lost my temper, and I hooked a lot. And after a while, I tried to pass him, and I damaged his car and my car. And that time I paid much money for this accident. After that, I thought myself, what am I doing? And if I am responsible for all drivers in this country, um, that was just I need 5 minutes to let him go, and I could keep my way after him, but I lost my impatience. After that, after this accident, I decide strictly that I'm not responsible for all other drivers. So, and I don't need to hook my and I get impatient that time. I'm impatient whenever I see, for example, other drivers do something that is illegal and it's not good. I'm not responsible. So now I'm impatient. I uh, I try to manage my behavior, and I'm patient now.
Very
So
nice.
I
Very
think
nice.
it's yes. So I think we can learn to be patient.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, yeah, we can learn it. How about you, Mr. Mehdi? As,
You
as you
know,
get as you get older, yeah, you were saying. Go on.
okay, as I mentioned, no, in this age that I am now, I'm more patient compared with when I was younger. But I think as a truth, the elderly are not as patient as young people, because it's however it's I think it's a general rule, but I would say it can be different based on people's attitude. As for example, Mr. Wali told us about his experience. I think it can be changed. It can get better during your life. And it's true that, as I mentioned, elderly people are not patient enough. But I think if we work on yourself, we work on yourself and change our attitude toward other issues, something. And if we want, I think it can be, it's a changeable, it's a changeable thing, and we can be a patient person when we get older. But generally speaking, as I said at the first, I think there is a connection between getting older and being impatient. And because there are a lot of factors for that. For example, it backs to your, for example, to your body, and also to your life or something. So I think it's sensible that elderly people be, for example, impatient.
Well, I'm not agree with you, because I have my reasons. Because as you know, the old politicians, they have been chosen between elder people, and that's because they are more patient than younger people. I think it's my idea. What
No,
do you think about it?
okay,
And
it's true.
of course, they are more experienced, they are more knowledgeable, but they
Uh,
are, I think, more patient than the younger ones.
Yeah, in fact, I think in your example, old people are maybe are logic, okay, are logic. In fact, they behave or they make decision logically instead of, for example, on being unlogic, unlogical,
Yeah, yeah.
unlogical. So and also let me tell you, it's so that when we see politicians, they seem it seems they are calm, and they behave well. But we don't. It's not possible to watch their behaviors when they are working. In their workplaces, when they work, for example, together to other ministers, ministers. So in that case, I think we can judge them for, are they, for example, patient or not.
I think it's because they're under a lot of pressure.
Maybe. Uh,
What's your idea, Mr. Wali? We can't hear you. Your voice is muted.
yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry. I was muted because I tried to remove the noise. I muted. Okay, what was the your question? I'm sorry.
I said that I always disagree with Mr. Mehdi because I think the politicians are chosen between elder people because they are more experienced and they are more patient than
Yes,
younger ones. Do you agree with it?
yes, I completely agree with Mr. Mehdi because I think, as I said, uh, because patience is it's learnable, and we can learn it. So older people are more experienced, so they practice during their life to be patient, and they find found out they've found out that being patient is very useful and it's better. So I think they can manage themselves to be more patient.
Yeah, yeah. Matthew, you mentioned that you are
Yeah,
a teacher. Yeah.
yeah,
Do you think a
yeah.
teacher needs a lot of patience? Patience?
Definitely yes. Yeah, definitely yes. Not only being patient here is unnecessary for anyone who wants to teach other people. For example, to learn something. Not for example for teachers, for anyone who is going to teach other people some skills or anything. So being patient, I think. Is a main key for being successful. For example, when I have new students, they don't know anything about language, and for example, they are impatient and they want to learn English language so fast. They want to learn how to speak English, and exactly for and because of that, sometimes they put me under pressure,
Yeah.
to work a lot, to use new ways, and they nag me a lot, they nag me a
Yeah.
lot, but as I said, I should be patient and I should laugh. I should motivate them to be patient, and also they sometimes they make a lot of mistakes in their words. So and yeah, I think being patient is so important for anyone who wants to teach others. For example, any skills or even foreign languages.
How about our teacher? Are they, have do they have patience?
Sorry.
How about our teachers? Now they are, school teachers. Do they
Uh,
have patience?
yeah, I think I've
I, I,
taught
I,
at a
I mean, the majority of them.
I don't know, it depends on teacher's mind or beliefs, but I think, yeah, they are patient a lot, it's, it's not necessary to mention that a lot of students make their teachers laugh, sorry, make the teachers fun. In fact, I mean, mock them
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
laugh
yeah,
them, yeah, something
yeah.
like that. But they know about it, but because they are patient and they don't care about, for example, their mistakes, their wrong behaviors. But however, there are some teachers who are impatient, and I think you have heard or maybe read about this type of teachers that sometimes they punish their students severely,
Yeah.
harshly, and sometimes they hit them, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think there are different teachers. But
Yeah, actually,
when
go on, go on.
okay, just I wanted to mention one point. I said let me illogical. Okay, I made a
Yeah,
mistake. Illogical. Opposite
yeah,
of
like,
logical. Illogical.
yeah.
That's it.
Actually, in old time, yeah, the teachers, they used to, hit students more, as you mentioned. But now today, I think they got better. They are more patient. But I know that they have lots of problems. They don't get enough salary. Maybe they cannot afford their families. Somehow they have some of them have second jobs. Some of them drive after their time, and the time of the school is end or dismissed. Uh, but we cannot just put all the blame on teachers. Uh, what do you think, Mr. Wiley?
Yes, I think today teachers are more patient because I think the government forced them to be more patient. And when we were students, I mean, when I was elementary student and guidance student, most of our teachers used to be impatient, and they used to punish the students, and they used to be angry during the class. But I think these days or government or educational policies politicians and don't let them to be angry and be impatient in class. And I think because they are not, and this is the I think this is somehow a reason that teachers these days are not as responsible as our teachers used to be in the past. So for these days, teachers, it's not so important that students learn their lessons or not. But when we were students, I think our teachers wanted to show that they are responsible for the students, for their future, and they wanted to be sure that all the students studied their lessons enough. And so when they found that time, they found that some students didn't do their homeworks, or they didn't study enough. They used to get angry and punish them. Generally, I think, yeah, these days our teachers are more patient.
Yeah. I have a question. Have you guys ever run out of patience while shopping, or in other situations? Anything?
Yes, somehow, but most of the time I try hard to be patient, but sometimes I lose my temper and I get angry. But unfortunately, but I try to leave the situation and make and I try not to make a decision that time. I can say always I leave the situation. I leave the situation, and I tell, for example, the shopper, I will come back, or I will call you. For example, when I have a problem with someone, I tell him that I'm in hurry now, so I will call you, or we will talk about it in the future. So during the time, as time pass, I try to think about in a good situation, and then I decide how I can deal with this problem.
Yeah, I think you do the best things, because if you you lose your temper and you uh, uh, do something, you will be regretful after that
Yes,
for what you have
yes,
done.
exactly. Yeah.
Because in that time you were not, it wasn't a rational decision.
Yes, there isn't any benefits in the from
Yeah.
the decision that made in these situations.
Yeah, actually your anger will affect on your anger affect on your decision.
Yes. Yes,
Mr.
exactly.
Mehdi, do you have some, story in this for this
No, in
question
fact,
actually?
okay, as a bachelor person, I'm not a kind of person to go shopping. But I strongly
Other situations.
Okay, no. Generally speaking, I'm not the kind of person to lose my temper when I'm in the public places, and exactly for that reason, sometimes some owners of English institutions believe I'm not a right person for example, for some classes that their students are not, for example, are not calm or polite. So because
They are
they
naughty.
believe,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, because they believe I'm a patient person and yeah. But I strongly agree with Mr. Valley. I mean, with his strategy for some occasions or situations when we are impatient, when we are losing our temper. I think leaving that place or that situation is the best strategy, and exactly I do it, especially in my but among my family members. When they start, for example, fighting or something, or maybe start an argument or something, I leave that place, and if they get me angry, so I
Yeah.
prefer to be patient, to be quiet, and I don't say anything and leave that place. And when I'm calm, when I become calm or calm, so I will go back to that occasion, or I don't go to that party, and after that, when I think with myself, I know I've made the best decision, because when I thought about some decisions or some reactions that I wanted to to have. So when I'm calmer, when I'm relaxed, I can make a better decision, and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But maybe it's somehow hard for me to believe that you never lost your temper.
It's I don't say, I didn't say that I have never lost my patience. It happens, and as I said, it has happened in the public places at all.
Really?
I Yeah,
Very
yeah.
nice. Very nice.
Because there is another reason too. Because I'm a shy person. I'm a bit a shy person, and so it's difficult for me to, for example, react to some bad occasions, and I prefer to be quiet and in that way. And yeah, that's it. But yeah, sometimes I lose my
I
temper.
think you're a polite person actually. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe other people can judge me or can tell me, but yeah, I think any person likes to behave well. I mean, to does his or her best to be a polite person and to behave well. But I think other people can judge me and can tell me I'm for example, polite person or I'm not.
Yeah, you're a polite person, and I think you raised really well. I congratulate your parents.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys, have something to add to this session? We're going to dismiss the session. Mr.
Yes,
Ravi,
that
do you
was.
have something?
Yes, I was just that mentioned. I was going to just mention that most of my colleagues um, mm, tell me that you are one of the most patient person in this organization, and but sometimes my managers think that I'm not responsible, because they say that you are patient and you because you don't react in some stressful situations. So they imagine that I'm not responsible, but I tell them that I'm responsible, of course, but I want to just try to be patient, and after that, I will do my chores in a good situation.
So you do your duty, yeah?
Yes, yes.
So I think
Yes, that's it.
your way is a better way to, mm, face your problems when the
Yeah.
situation gets
Yes,
tough,
and
actually.
I believe that time will solve our problems. So there isn't any reason to be impatient.
Yeah,
Exactly.
times is like a heal for our wound. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Good. It was a good night and good topic and good
Thank you very much.
discussion.
You was patience for our mistakes, and
Yeah.
you and Mr. Mehdi listened to my speaking, my low speaking
We're good.
impatient way.
We all have
So
mistakes. I'm
thank you
included
very much.
everything.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, making
Thank you very
making
much.
mistakes, making any mistakes is a natural, is a normal thing, and we do it every day. We do it, and not only in English but in Persian language too. And I think it's a common thing, and we shouldn't be worried about making mistakes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you
you.
guys. Thank you guys. Have a good
Thank
night.
Thank
you.
you. Have a
Have a
good
good
Bye.
night.
night.
Bye.
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 Bye.